KZ is back in the house with the ZVX, and this is a brand new IEM under 20 euros. Can it be as good as the LingLong? Let's take a look and let's get started. So here we have the packaging. First of all, this is like going back to the roots, the normal packaging from KZ that we can see here, the ZVX. And yeah, we have the normal kind of specifications here, but no sound graph on this one here. But I can, spoiler alert, tell you it's very, very close to what you get with the LingLong. Slight difference there. And when we get inside of the package, you will see, yeah, the IEMs are not inside, but usually they are in here. And we have this typical KZ opening with tips as well. And this is something interesting because KZ, this and the cable, of course, K and warranty card, KZ this time opted for shipping with foamies. So we have foam tips here on the ZVX, and I have to say, because you can see probably that it's quite a big bag, I don't like those foamy tips because this IEM has so good sound quality, and you really don't get this good sound quality with the foamy tips. But let's check out the IEM first by its own. Is it a bit dirty, or is just, there we go. There we see I have like, I put some third-party tips on, but here we can see the design of the ZVX. You can see it has a hole there, so you can see my my finger shining through. We have 3 vent holes here. It's solid metal build, and we have a replaceable 2-pin typical cable from KZ, which is very nice. So it is an upgrade over the LingLong already, because we have a replaceable cable and we have still a metal, very hard construction here. We have the typical KZ kind of cable, so a cheapo cable, I would say, but it is okay for the price. And yeah, we can replace it with something better if we want to. You can see here no cinch here for the chin, no chin slider or anything, just like the separator here. And we have this preformed hook, so this is how you will wear it then over your ear, and you just put it then in your ear like this. And this is how it will look like if you wear it in your ear. As you can see here, fits pretty nicely. I don't have any issues with it. It's not sticking out too much. I could maybe imagine sleeping with it eventually, but yeah, it's a cold metal, which I really like, very solidly built. And yeah, for under 20 euros or roughly 20 euros, this is like amazing quality of the earbuds themselves. The isolation is pretty good with the normal tip. The foam tips have better isolation for sure, but, and this is one tip I can get you, and I hope KZ is listening as well. If you want to put foam tips in there, just put like 3 foam or a pair of foam tips, but also, yeah, the normal silicone tips, because not everyone likes the foam tips. And I have now experienced your foam tips 2 times, and every time it was like this, that I liked it better without the foam tips. I liked it better with the silicone tips. And in this case, with the silicone tips, I have better bass. And with the foam tips, it's like very thin kind of bass, which I'm not sure why. And this is really robbing the very good IEM, because for the first couple of days I was under the impression, they maybe did a little bit too much towards the high ends and mids and not focusing so much on the bass, where yeah, it was a mistake, because as soon as I put those tips on here, wonderful bass and no issues at all. And it really reminds me of the KZ LingLong. So if you're searching for something which is not bullet style, which has the replaceable cable that you can just replace with a microphone cable or whatever cable you like to, a better quality cable. KZ has wonderful quality cables as well, or other brand cables. This one is the right thing for you to get. The sound quality on this is like following the same kind of tonality and the same kind of sound graph that we saw with the LingLongs, but improving it a little bit better, even with this here, I think, and making it more detailed, making it a bit higher, more clearer in the highs, and also in the mids, very, very fine as well. So all in all, I'm very, very surprised. The way KZ is going is very, very strong, especially with this low budget kind of IEMs that have really good value for money with this complete metal kind of shell here, which is very, very nice. And yeah, they have a dual chamber design here, one DD on each side only, but it's a good DD that they used already in various other ones, and the tuning is here, I think, the key aspect, which is very, very good indeed with the KZ ZVX. What we have here is a typical V-shaped kind of sound, but it's going towards the harmonish kind of target, but a bit more V-shaped. Same as with the LingLong, for example. Very harmonic, very not like bass heavy kind of, not dark, not warm. This is sometimes a little bit in the mids warm, but the mids are very, very good. A bit muddy maybe on the lower ends, the mids, but overall it's just the same as on the LingLong, but I did not see it as a big problem there, because the mids are very, very good, and we have, it's a bit recessed, but still very, very good. We have open and clear highs as well, sometimes even going a little bit too high, not with the silicon tips, but with the foam tips. I found it a little bit maybe too piercing here and there, which is interesting, quite interesting, because I think the foamies are used for dampening down this like too high kind of tones here. I'm not sure why. Maybe these silicon tips that I'm using here are also helping in this case. In any way, they are very, very good, and for under 20 euros, 20 euros, 20 euro-ish, all depending on inflation and so on, you know, it's wonderful. Just look at the little details here. KZ is very good as well in this regard. So we have the always forget to show it to you, but here we have the ZVX, and it's an indicator for left and right as well. So if you don't know which one is left, which one is right, you can read it there as well. We have I have to compare it with something, and I have a pair of Tangsu Warner here that I really, really like, but when you compare it just for the build quality alone, this is like plastic fantastic, and this is like metal. It's like a big difference. This is very lightweight and feels very cheap, to be honest. This here feels like a more premium product, like at least double the price as what it really is, which is very, very interesting. But if you compare it to the Tangsu Warner, what can you expect in terms of sound quality? Some people said underneath my video to the LingLong that the Tangsu Warner are better in every case. And yeah, I could agree in certain levels for sure, but it's also a little bit more expensive. Now with the KZ ZVX, I cannot agree anymore. The Tangsu Warner and the KZ ZVX, it's now a matter of preference, what you like better in terms of tonality, sounds and detail, because I think in details they are very, very close here. Maybe the Warner has like a little bit more details here and there, but the rest is like it's almost indistinguishable there, and they are very, very head to head when it comes to this kind of thing. We have a little bit more, these are a little bit more tuned towards like something bass heavier, I would say, like rock, pop and such genres. And a little bit, maybe a little bit, tiny bit less airy than the Warner, that have like a little bit more air there, I would say, in the upper mids and highs. Slightly less soundstage than the Warner as well. The soundstage is not huge, it's not super narrow, but it's like here, basically, if you get what I mean. This also means, like with the mids and the way they are tuned, that vocals are slightly more forward here in comparison to the Tangsu Warner. And yeah, this is where I think there's like a preference kind of thing. Do you like a little bit more sound stage or a bit less sound stage? Do you like your vocals more forward or more backwards? And this is where these can compete against the Tangsu Warner here in this case. So these are the KZ ZVX. I really can recommend them, and we'll put the link down below. You can get them. This is basically the LingLong version, slightly tuned, more detailed, and with a replaceable cable, without this very, very good case the LingLong shipped with, but no case at all here in this case, but very good metal build, very solidly built. And for 20 euros, it's just like 20 euros, 15 euros, just get this as your main pair eventually, and get the LingLong then maybe as a beta pair or something like this. It's very, very good. And it's crazy how, just a few couple of IEMs, just a few couple of months later, and KZ is back in the game and can compete with the big other brands, not only in terms of pricing, but also quality for your money that you get. Not only in terms of the case and so on, but also the sound quality that is here on point, I would say. Really, really good. I really like the direction that KZ is going now with their tuning as well, and hope to see more products that even like with lots and lots, tons of BA drivers, for example, that are tuned the way these are here, which is something that I really, really like. What do you think about KZ in general? Do you think they are improving and going into the right direction? Write it down in the comment section. Otherwise, you will find the link to the KZ ZVX down below. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and until the next time, bye.